This is TWiT.
I just want to say thank you to Google because I got an alert yesterday evening as I was sitting here at my desk. And I got to tell you, this Southern man, that was some weird stuff.
Was that your first quake?
That was my first earthquake.
Oh.
It was a very mild quake, I must say.
That's what's funny is people was like, that was nothing. And I'm thinking, dang, what does a bad one feel like?
Here's what it looked like on my phone. We were in a restaurant, and the whole restaurant came alive with a burp, burp. And this is the emergency alert that popped up on our phones. Earthquake detected. Drop, cover, hold on, protect yourself. USGS shake alert. And it, I didn't feel it, but Lisa felt it. She said it was about a second or two. So it wasn't before the earthquake. It was a little bit earlier than the earthquake. But we were right on the epicenter. So
it happened right. My alert went off like right as the house started shaking. It was like simultaneously.
Yeah.
And
I think, do we have the video from All About Android? Because they were in studio when it happened.
Yeah, they were doing the show.
Yeah, they felt it though, right? I
believe Jason said he did.
I think you could see it even. I don't know where I could find that.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this isn't the bad one. It's funny because
this is
at the
nothing.
Oh, no.
It was 4.4, dude.
Queen Pruitt was rehearsing as usual. And so I thought it was her just sort of coming down the hallway because we were both upstairs. I thought it was just her walking down the hallway, stomping and dancing. And it got louder. And all of my gear in here started shaking. And then she was like, uh-oh. And I said, earthquake. So she stopped and the phone was screaming and whatnot. It's just very, very weird. I'm glad that Google at least put that alert out there. I never thought I'd see it, but
here's the
cool. Good on you, Google.
Here's the All About Android video right after your plug to subscribe to Hands On Photography.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. No, you gave me the... Oh, is it on the bloopers?
Yeah, you can hear it.
Oh, earthquake.
Drop,
There's the
cover,
sound.
hold on, protect yourself. I'm getting the alert.
There's the sound.
Is it the first time we had an earthquake live on the show?
Earthquake detected. Drop, cover, hold on. Protect yourself.
Do I drop, cover, and hold on?
I don't know.
What do I do? Yeah, that was a little bit of a shake there.
I didn't feel it at all. Wow. Did you?
Why did you guys stay on Ron?
I'm on a platform. Sorry.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
So we couldn't see it.
My heart's
you should have
a little bit.
switched to the
Yeah, I mean, I
studio.
think so. It was.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, nothing
Yeah.
is even
We're
rocking
feeling it
at all.
It's still going. Did you see it? There's a little
That was
camera.
after shock.
Look at the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was aftershock.
We can kind of see it on the Zoom.
So it wasn't bad. It really was very mild. Wait till you get a real earthquake. You will then enjoy.
Yeah, that's what really freaked me out. I was a bit beside myself. Just it's like, wow, the world is moving and I'm sitting here. Just
wait till you get a real one. Then it really is. It is very much like that. Like this Earth should not move like this. This is not.
In all my time in San Francisco, I had only one, and I was on a Muni bus at the time, and there was no way to feel it.
Yeah.
The Muni bus earthquakes more than the city.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. I was at the
dogs freaked out. They started barking.
Oh, did they? Oh,
the '89 quake, the really bad one, where the bridge fell and we had fires in the Marina District and everything. I was at Candlestick Park for the World Series game.
Right, you were there.
Yeah, and it was really scary because the light standards they were moving 15, 20 feet like this, back and forth.
Amazing.
And the whole crowd, it's like freaking. But the best part is the players ran out of the dugout, grabbed their kids from the stands and ran into the middle of the field and just stood there looking around while the rest of us are going, what should we do?
Right.
So we sat there for a while. It was a really good example of how rumors spread because some people had radios and TVs. And by the time the story got to us, the bridge had fallen down. The city was sunk into the water, all just horrific stuff. My friend, the guy I was with, was a San Francisco native. He said, let's go. The lights were all out. The street lights were out. The traffic lights were out. But he knew his way around town. He was able to get me back to the radio station, and we went on the air. But it was, it was you. And when you get a real one, you will know. And honestly, there's two ways to think about these. This is the second small trembler in the area. There was one in the Waldo Grade a couple of days before, It's
Oh,
either
didn't know
the
that.
fault letting pressure off, so that's good, or it's building up to the big one. So
Let's go with A, sir.
let's go.
Thanks.
Let's go with A. Yeah. The studio. We're not on a slab, are we? Do you know? I don't know if we're on
I
a.
think you'd be.
Yeah, I don't know what we're on.
What's the problem if you're on a slab? It's not
That's
flexible
good.
enough?
We were on a
That's good.
slab down at a restaurant, so I hardly felt it. But if you're a wooden structure, on wooden walls, you're going to definitely feel it more, especially if you're not on bedrock. If you're on,
Right. My neighbor was like, "You're upstairs, so it definitely feels worse upstairs." And,
that makes sense.
It's like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, this building's
It's
on a slab. Burke says it's a tilt up, so I don't know how much we'd feel it, unless it was really
Now,
bad.
Was I supposed to go and stand in up under a doorway?
No,
or
that is
what's
the
deal?
old news. You are not supposed to get under a doorway. It turns out those are worse, not better.
Okay.
So don't go stand under a doorway.
Jason should have
'cause
gotten
I
under the
literally
desk,
just
right?
Under the
sat here,
desk would be a good idea, just in case. Here probably under the desk would be a very good idea because of the lights.
Yeah.
Lights will fall.
Stuff falling off the ceiling. If the building
I
falls
sat
down,
here.
being
I
under the
looked
desk
up.
isn't going to help.
The first thing I did was look up.
Like,
and
what's
I was
going on?
Well, I'm not going to move.
Yeah.
And Queen Pruitt, she just sort of stood over there in the door because she was, like I said, I thought she was just sort of goofing off and dancing in the hallway. And
Oh, that's
'cause
just
that's
Queen Pruitt rehearsing.
right, that's what she does. She's singing those daggum songs every other minute, and it's just whatever. But it got worse.
You're
and
supposed
she
to
just-
drop. This is what the advice was: drop onto your hands and knees before the earthquake knocks you down. It protects you from falling. This is from the CDC, but allows you to still move if necessary. Then cover your head and neck, if you can, under a sturdy table or desk.
Yep. Okay.
But it says, do not go into a doorway.
How many
that is
years was that the advice?
Forever.
It was all my
Forever.
childhood.
Yeah.
For a guy out in the country in the South, that's what we were told. But
Yeah, for
heck,
years,
didn't
that's
have
what we were
earthquakes.
told. Yeah. That is the CDC changes things all the time.
Oh,
moving target. But thank you, Google, for that alert. I thought that was
Wasn't that
cool
interesting?
it-
That's
it
along with your
came out.
Amber Alerts and your tornado warnings and all that. It's the first time I've ever seen an earthquake alert, but it works. And because we were in a restaurant, a lot of people. I mean, you really knew. Everybody's looking around.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. An enduring image of California in an earthquake is a collapsed adobe home with the door frame as the only standing part. From this came our belief that a doorway is the safest place to be in an earthquake.
Oh.
True if you live in an old unreinforced adobe house. In other words, if your house is made of clay, sure, get in the doorway. Or some older wood frame houses. In modern houses, doorways are no stronger than any other part of the house. And the doorway does not protect you from the most likely source of injury, falling or flying objects. So you're safer under a table.
See, I don't think people were meant to live in California. I think they were meant to go and see and say, isn't this pretty? And let's
So
leave
pretty.
it pristine and then leave.
So pretty. But you got tornadoes, dude.
Oh,
And hurricanes. And Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You've got
Had 'em both.
Bedminster.
I got Donald Trump nearby. Yeah, I do have that.